Hey, friends! As I've said before, the 1990s was probably the last truly great era of Hollywood movie making. And even low-budget stuff has a watchability missing from many new high-budget productions made today. This time, we're looking at an interesting low-budget crime movie called Backstreet Justice from 1994. Our story goes like this. A series of murders has been committed in a low-rent slum district of Pittsburgh, and the frightened residents of an apartment building where some murders have happened hire a tough local PI, Carrie Finnegan, to find and stop the killer. Finnegan became a PI after her dad, a police officer, was killed in the line of duty. Her dad was then made the fall guy for crime and disgraced. So Carrie has a chip on her shoulder and doesn't get along with the local cops who think her dad was a crook. In fact, Carrie has a theory that the killer is disguising himself as a cop, which doesn't endear her to the cops. She also locks horns with the chauvinist types in the building who don't think a woman can catch a crook. As she tracks down leads, Carrie realizes there's more going on than a simple murder spree, though, as a crooked land speculation scheme comes into play. Soon, Carrie becomes a target for the bad guys, and the police captain doesn't want her working the case, nor does her boyfriend, a detective on the force. Can Carrie solve the case before the bad guys blast her beautiful backside? Can she clear her father's name? And who's behind all this, anyway? In our cast, we have Linda Kozlowski, otherwise known as Mrs. Paul Hogan. That's the hot redhead PI, that's right. She was married to Crocodile Dundee. She's really good, a tough, no-nonsense private eye working the case. The script might have made better use of her, though. Really liked her for the most part. We also have John Shea. Always loved seeing him. He was Lex Luthor in the Lois and Clark Superman show and also starred in WIOU, if you remember that one. That was a good show. He's been in a lot of stuff. Always nice to see him. We also have Paul Sorvino as the police captain with a grudge against Mrs. Hogan. He's really good here. And we have two legends slumming it, with Tammy Grimes as Mrs. Hogan's mom, who's in a mental hospital, and Viveca Lindfors as an old landlady. Grimes was in many productions, while the Swedish-born Lindfors was the hoped-to-be new Greta Garbo or Ingrid Bergman. She played Queen Margaret in The Adventures of Don Juan with Errol Flynn, and was the old biddy in Stargate. She also did a metric ton of TV over the years. Finally, we have Keith Randolph Smith in a thankless role as Mrs. Hogan's muscle. You may recognize his voice from the Grand Theft Auto video game series. He also appeared on the TV series I'll Fly Away. Still waiting for that to be released on DVD? Come on, Shout Factory, get off your ass already. Hell, I'm still waiting for Sheriff Lobo and Midnight Caller. So, Backstreet Justice. This thing is from 1994, but feels all the world like a product of the late 1980s. The look and feel of it, the tone, it doesn't seem as up-to-date as you'd expect for the 90s, probably due to the low budget. Director Chris McIntyre had only made one other movie before this one, and he hasn't made many more since. That having been said, it isn't really badly directed. It makes very good use of locations and grimy city streets and back alleys in Pittsburgh. I'm giving Backstreet Justice 2 paws up. It's really not bad, though the plot is a little convoluted, and even so, you kind of figure out who the bad guys are pretty easily. So the mystery is more waiting for them to be arrested at the end. But I liked Mrs. Hogan as the tough private eye, and both Paul Sorvino and John Shea have good outings here. The action, such as it is alright too. While Backstreet Justice is not a highly polished work of art, it is watchable and even kind of entertaining. A good low to mid-tier 90s crime picture. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.